over to you, Pooja.
Thank you, Dr. Manoj and Saurish. We have now reached the culmination of a successful 4-day international symposium on water sustainability, challenges, technologies, and opportunities. IWSS 2021, organized by Amrita's UNESCO Chair on Experiential Learning for Sustainable Innovation and Development, Amrita School for Sustainable Development, and India Water Partnership. To commemorate the culmination of IWSS 2021, we welcome everyone to our valedictory function. For the last 4 days, we have experienced and engaged in elaborate and inspiring keynote speeches from a wide range of experts from different parts of the world. We believe that each of you have enjoyed each and every session. We would now like to invite Dr. Bhavani Rao, UNESCO Chair in Women's Empowerment and Gender Equality and Director of Amity Labs, Amrita Vishwavidyapeetham, to deliver the welcome address.
Good evening, everyone. I hope I'm audible.
Yes. Now, yes.
Good evening, everyone present. Honorable Minister Shri Gajendra Shekhawat, Union Cabinet Minister, Ministry of Jal Shakti, Sampujya Swamiji, Swami Amrita Swarupananda Puri, President of Amrita Vishwavidyapeetham, Dr. Venkat Rangan, Vice Chancellor of Amrita Vishwavidyapeetham, Dr. Manisha Sudhir, Professor and Dean of International Relations and the UNESCO Chair in Experiential Learning and Innovation, Dr. Bipin Nair, Professor and Dean and Chairperson of the School of Biotechnology at Amrita. Welcome. We're very, very honored by your presence here with us this evening. It's with utmost pleasure and pride that I invite you to the valedictory session of what was a knowledge-packed 4 days of sharing, interactions, deliberations, and learning offered by the International Symposium on Water Sustainability, the IWSS 2021. Over the past 4 days, Amrita's UNESCO Chair in Experiential Learning and Sustainable Innovation and Development at Amrita School and the Amrita School for Sustainable Development, along with the India Water Partnership, IWP, have jointly hosted the International Symposium on Water Sustainability, IWSS, to examine current challenges, identify appropriate technological solutions, and collectively build water-wise communities through collaboration between academia, the government, and the industries. We have had over 60 eminent speakers from countries such as the United States, the United Kingdom, Israel, Italy, India, and the Netherlands. And they delivered keynote addresses to over 1,600 participants from across the world. They explored global and local challenges, technologies adopted through 7 distinct themes in relation to water sustainability. It is to this grand conclusion of a mammoth event that I have the honor of inviting you all. Welcome. It's my pleasure to introduce the audience to our honorable and esteemed guests, our country's Union Cabinet Minister, Shri Gajendra Singh Shekhawat from the Ministry of Jal Shakti. Honorable Minister Shri Gajendra Singh Shekhawat is an Indian politician from Rajasthan and is a member of parliament from the Bharatiya Janata Party, the BJP, representing Jodhpur in the Lok Sabha. He was elected as a member of parliament to the 16th Lok Sabha in 2014 with the highest ever winning margin from the constituency of Jodhpur. One of his major achievements during his tenure as an MP was the expansion of the Jodhpur airport, a project that was basically stuck for over 18 years. Dedicated to the service of the underserved, Honorable Minister Shri Gajendra Singh Shekhawat was appointed as the National General Secretary of the BJP's Kisan Morcha. This is the farmers' wing of the Bharatiya Janata Party. He was also responsible for setting up over 40 schools and 4 hostels for communities along vulnerable border areas. Complementing his humanitarian side is his tech-savvy side. He wields social media very deftly and runs a Quora forum whose followers are, I think, is the largest among the Indian politicians with over 73,000 followers on his forum. Join me, everyone, in welcoming our versatile minister under whose auspices we are very confident that the very ambitious Jal Jeevan program that is launched by the government India will indeed benefit millions with clean and accessible drinking water. Very warm welcome, sir. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. And if you can have a round of applause. I don't know if you can do a virtual applause, but that would be wonderful. Next, with utmost delight and with reverence, I would like to introduce Sampuja Swamiji, Amrita Swarupananda Puri. Swamiji, as he is affectionately called, is the foremost of Amma's monastic disciples. He's also the vice chairman of the Mata Amritanandamayi Math and the president of Amrita Vishwavidyapeetham. Swamiji is also the president of Ayudh International, which is the youth wing of the Math, and it strives to use the really powerful force of young people to perpetuate natural harmony, social justice, and of course, personal empowerment. He's a multifaceted talent. He's an inspiring speaker, a philosopher. He's an eminent author and a soul-stirring singer and a composer. Welcome, beloved Swamiji. Under your visionary guidance, Amrita University hopes to strive as a role model to the rest of the world. Welcome, Swamiji. And next, you have a line of really, really eminent people. Now join me in welcoming Dr. Venkat Rangan, who is the Vice Chancellor of Amrita University. Dr. Venkat Rangan is a child prodigy. He's so brilliant and he has so many laurels to his name. He founded and directed the Multimedia Laboratory and the Internet and Wireless Networks research at the University of California at UCSD, San Diego, where he served as a professor of computer science and engineering for 16 years. He's an internationally recognized pioneer in the research of multimedia systems and in internet e-commerce. In 1996, Dr. Rangan became the youngest faculty member to be awarded a full professorship after his PhD at UC Berkeley in just a very short span of 7 years, with over 75 publications in international journals and conferences. He holds also over 20 US patents. Dr. Venkat was appointed as the Vice Chancellor for Amrita University in 2003. And since then, he has been the patient guiding force of all of us here at Amrita. Very warm welcome, Dr. Venkat. It is wonderful to see you. And next, I'd like to introduce you to the mastermind behind the conference, Dr. Manisha. She is the UNESCO Chair in Experiential Learning for Sustainable Innovation and Development. She's also the Director and Professor at the Amrita Center for Wireless Networks and Applications. She's also the Dean of the International Programs at Amrita. Her research work was instrumental in deploying the first ever wireless sensor network system that was capable of detecting landslides that she's actually deployed in the Munnar area, and then since then deployed it in the Sikkim area. Her research work is instrumental in deploying, she's also received the US patent for a network-based system for predicting landslides and therefore to provide early warnings for landslides. She has over 100 publications and including many best paper awards. She was also awarded the Young Faculty Research Fellowship under the Vishveshwaraya PhD scheme for electronics and IT for the year 2015 and 16 from the Departments of Electronics and Information Technology, Government of India. She has received national awards from NABARD for her work on landslide monitoring and early warning systems. She's also, like I said, she is the driving force and the visionary behind this conference. Let us welcome Dr. Manisha Ramesh, who has given the wings to various sustainability initiatives at Amrita. And brilliant program, Dr. Manisha. You really need to be applauded for that. Let me also welcome Dr. Bipin Nair. He is also Dean and the Chairman for the Center of Biotechnology at Amrita Vishwavidyapeetham at Amritapuri campus. And he will be here to deliver the vote of thanks. And under his leadership, the School of Biotechnology has been a trailblazer in the biotechnology area for both undergraduate, postgraduate programs, as well as in research. We also have a very active PhD program. He is the coordinator of the TIFAC Center of Relevance and Excellence in Biomedical Technology here at Amrita under the Mission Reach program of the Department of Science and Technology from Government of India. Apart from setting up the state-of-the-art biomedical engineering research center at Amrita as a part of the TIFAC core, he also led a group that developed a prototype of an automated insulin pump, which resulted in Amrita University's first patent from the USPTO. Another significant feather in Dr. Nair's cap is that he has been selected for the Amrita He's been the selection of the Amrita School of Biotechnology by the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. For the Gates Foundation, Reinvent the Toilet Grand Challenge India Sanitation Award. He has got many publications and international journals that bear his name and his work. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Vipin. Welcome to the valedictory program. I would also like to welcome Dr. Veena Kanduri. I do not see her on the video, but I hope she is present. Dr. Veena Kanduri is the Executive Secretary cum Country Coordinator of the India Water Partnership. It's an accredited country water partnership of and a global water partnership. And she has over 28 years of work experience in project appraisal, implementation, monitoring and evaluation of societal and rural development projects in different sectors with international and national organizations. She's also the member of the Desilting Committee of Major Rivers in Uttar Pradesh. She is also one of the members of the organizing committee of the India Water Week in 2017. A very warm welcome, ma'am, Dr. Veena Kanduri. The last, and as the phrase goes, definitely and most certainly not the least, I would like to introduce you and the audience to our future. Welcome, Ms. Shreya K. She is a student of grade 5 at Amrita Vidyalayam, Talisheri. She is the winner of this initiative launched by UNESCO in New Delhi. And I do not want to say it wrong, but it reads as H2OOOH. So it's H2O or H2O, I'm not quite sure, but she is the youngest person in our valedictory panel. So I would like to give her a really warm welcome, all of you. We're so proud to have you here with us, Shreya. And I also would like to, of course, invite and welcome all our participating partner institutions, the universities from India, from abroad, eminent industry partners, organizations who have worked with us so tirelessly the last 4 days, and of course, all Amrita alumni and all other participants who have been watching this program virtually. I'm sure that you are all as happy as I am to be a part of this very inspiring event. With that, again, a very warm welcome to all the esteemed members to the valedictory function, as well as the entire audience. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Bhavani, for the warm welcome address. Our next speaker is Dr. P. Venkatrangan, Vice Chancellor, Amrita Vishwavidyapeetham. We welcome you, sir.
Thank you very much. Good evening, good morning, whichever time zone you are in. Very warm welcome to the Honorable Minister. Very reverential pronouns to our most beloved Swamiji. A very warm welcome to the distinguished delegates for the landmark symposium on water. I thought I'd take about 5 to 10 minutes to give you an overview of the university, how Amma's leadership as the Chancellor is well on its way to create one of the most unique university setups in the world. Inspired by our Chancellor and world-renowned humanitarian leader Amma, the signature theme of Amrita Vishwavidyapeetham is education rooted in values, coupled with compassion-driven research for societal benefit. The symposium on water is an excellent example of the compassion-driven research for societal benefit. Amrita Vishwavidyapeetham has been led by Amma and powered by 5 drivers. The very first driver is interdisciplinary research. We have a very strong foundation in core disciplines of engineering, medicine, Ayurveda, sciences, management, arts and humanities, all leading to nationally recognized centers of excellence in biotechnology, nanotechnology, wireless sensors, cyber security, etc. The second important driver, what we call as the second I, is innovation. The teaching learning process promotes a pervasive ambience of critical and collaborative problem solving, leading to a culture of entrepreneurship. This creates opportunities and incentives for all students and faculty here at Amrita to engage in innovation through technology, business incubator, and many similar vehicles, which are already recognized as one of the best in India. The third driver, I3, what we call, is international. Amrita, with its strong global footprint, has attracted a large number of highly qualified international faculty to join and initiate research in emerging areas. We have over 200 collaborations that leverage bilateral grants, exchange programs, dual degrees, etc. The fourth driver has been industry, the I4. Amrita fosters the training of world-class workforce and transfer of technology in diverse areas. In fact, we have more than 50 active joint partnerships with the industry. Some of the examples include the partnership with giants such as L&T for the development of lightweight bulletproof vests, first ever for a university. Another example is the setting up of Advanced Automotive Research and Technology Center. However, our research does not stop here. The fifth driver, which is also one of the most important for us, is India's development, the I5. Amma, who feels the pulse of the people, inspires us to take research all the way towards deployment as sustainable solutions for India's development. Here are three illustrative examples. The first one, experiential learning called Living Labs, which you have heard now in many of the talks, in more than 100 villages, with potential to create technology interventions in energy, water, hygiene, sanitation, etc. Second example, involvement of students and faculty in over 23 natural disaster relief efforts. Third example of the contribution to India's development, Amara Bharatam, initiated by Amma as an effective cleaning above the nation, which was subsequently adopted by the Government of India as Swachh Bharat. We strongly believe here at Amrita that culmination of all research should be of societal benefit. In fact, starting with one campus, now we are spread across 6 campuses with over 20,000 students and 1,700 faculty. The university offers over 250 UG, PG, and doctoral programs. Very early on, we architected a landmark bilateral Indo-US collaboration with 20 of the top US universities. Within a year of becoming the deemed university, we were awarded 2 TIFAC Centers of Excellence, one in biomedical and another in cybersecurity. Subsequently, we established numerous other centers in emerging areas such as wireless sensors, nanotechnology, green materials, robotics, all of which have resulted in impactful inventions, many of which are first in India, and some of them are even first in the world. Our award-winning hospital information system is a fine example of interdisciplinary research, leading to innovation and further led to industry internationalization. Our pioneering e-learning initiatives called IAVU, virtual and online labs, have now been nationally adopted by more than 11,000 colleges, 6,000 schools, benefiting a large number of students and teachers under Digital India. So a few years ago, we had the fortune of Nobel laureate in medicine, Dr. Lee Hartwell, joining our faculty as an adjunct professor, distinguished professor. Our transplant research team at IWSS Medical Sciences proudly put India on the world map by being the first to perform a double-hand transplant. In the last 2 to 3 years, the United Nations awarded Amrita 2 very prestigious chairs called the UNESCO chair, one on gender equality and women's empowerment, and another one on experiential learning. We have also been awarded the World Center of Excellence on Landslide Disaster Reduction. These give a glimpse of our scholarly journey. In fact, the scholarly outcome in evidence of research excellence is shown by the 12,000 publications, of which 12% of the publications are co-authored with international faculty from top 500 world-ranked universities. The quality of our publications as measured by citations have increased 15-fold from the time we started to around 40,000. We have filed close to 150 patents, out of which 50 have been granted internationally. Our rewards in the international rankings are impressive. The Times Higher Education has awarded overall world ranking within the top 500 for clinical and health sciences, in the international outlook and industry income, within the top 200 in BRICS and Asia, and our most recent national ranking, the NIRF of the Union Ministry of Education has awarded the 4th best university ranked to Amrita. We believe Amrita is on a definite trajectory under Amma's spectacular and unique leadership to reach the top 200 world-ranked universities in the next 5 to 10 years. In the research side, we have highly impactful thematic areas in which much work is going on. As we know, the future is dominated by many of these emerging interdisciplinary areas. Health is a major theme. We're setting up an advanced center for research in Delhi, in Chicago, and more than a dozen biomedical products have been planned for innovation and subsequent translation. Smart manufacturing hardware systems, particularly for medical equipment, so that India can reduce its dependency on foreign imports, is on the cards. The very important theme that we have embarked on is sustainability and resilient communities, with a focus on energy, water, which you all know from the symposium, and climate change, since these are the major impactors of global future. Finally, we also have initiated in the most important thematic area of science and spirituality because of our numerous accomplishments in societal service. In total, there are more than 150 state-of-the-art research topics that are planned to be addressed in the coming years. I think I've taken my time to give an overview of the strategic plan for Amrita, brief history, and you must all be eager to listen to both the Honorable Minister and our most beloved Swamiji's blessed speech. So with this, I'll take your permission to conclude my brief summary of Amrita IWSS2021 and its trajectory through the years. A very warm welcome to all of the delegates to this valedictory event. And thank you very much for taking the time to contribute to this event organized by Amrita IWSS2021. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Venkat, for the introduction to Amrita University and Amrita Sustainability Initiatives. We will now play a short video on Amrita's sustainability initiatives.
ഒരപേക്ഷയുള്ളത്, യൂണിവേഴ്സിറ്റിയിലെ കുഞ്ഞുങ്ങളെ പറ്റുന്ന രീതിയിൽ 2 മാസത്തേക്കെങ്കിലും ഗ്രാമങ്ങളിൽ ഇൻറ്റേൺഷിപ്പിനായിട്ട് അവരയക്കണം. അവിടെ പോകുമ്പം തീർച്ചയായിട്ടും പാവപ്പെട്ടവരെ കാണാനും അവരുടെ മനസ്സിലെ കാരുണ്യം ഉണരും. ഇങ്ങനെയുള്ള ഒരു ലോകത്തിലുണ്ടെന്ന് ചിന്ത കൂടി അവർക്ക് വരും. അതൊരു സൈക്കോളജിക്കലായിട്ട് നല്ലതാണ്. എല്ലാത്തിലും അടങ്ങിയിരിക്കുന്ന ആത്മാവ് എന്നാണ്. വലത് വെറുതെ തലോടുന്നത് പോലെ മറ്റുള്ളവരുടെ ദുഃഖം തൻ്റെ ദുഃഖമായും മറ്റുള്ള സന്തോഷം തൻ്റെ സന്തോഷമായി കണ്ട് അവരെ സേവിക്കാനുമുള്ള തത്വമാണ് നമ്മൾ ആധ്യാത്മികപ്പെടി ഗ്രഹിക്കുന്നത്. ഇപ്പം നമ്മുടെ തലമുറയ്ക്ക് ഇപ്പം കുറച്ച് വെള്ളമെങ്കിലും ഉണ്ട്. നമ്മൾ പൈസ സമ്പാദിക്കുന്നു, കുട്ടികളെ സൃഷ്ടിക്കുന്നു. പക്ഷേ കുടിക്കാൻ വെള്ളമില്ലെങ്കിൽ എന്തായിരിക്കും? ഇതിൻ്റെ കൂട്ടത്തിൽ പണസമ്പാദനം കുട്ടികളെ സൃഷ്ടിക്കുന്നത് പോലെ തന്നെ അതിനേക്കാളും കൂടുതലായി നമ്മൾ ചിന്തിക്കേണ്ട ഒരു കാര്യമാണ് ഭാവിയിലേക്കുള്ള പ്രകൃതി സംരക്ഷിക്കുന്നതിനെ പറ്റി.
Experience is the final evidence for knowing. Shraddhavan labde jnanam.
We now welcome our next speaker, Dr. Manisha V. Ramesh, Dean, International Programs and Professor, Amrita Vishwavidyapeetham, and UNESCO Chair in Experiential Learning for Sustainable Innovation and Development, to deliver the summary of this 4 days of IWSS 2021.
Om Amriteshwari Namaha. My humble pranams to Honorable Minister Gajendra Singh Shekhawat, Sambhujya Swami Amrita Swarupanandapuri, Dr. Venkat Rangan, Dr. Bipin Nair, Dr. Bhavani, Ms. Shreya, and all keynote speakers and participants. I am very delighted to present the summary of the International Symposium on Water Sustainability, Challenges, Technologies, and Opportunities, IWSS 2021, conducted from 22 March to 25 March 2021. During these 4 days, focusing on 7 different themes, gave the opportunity to explore global and local challenges, technologies adopted, and realized opportunities in relation to water sustainability. The symposium had 60 eminent international keynote speakers from universities globally and industries, non-governmental organizations, and government officials. The keynote speakers included representatives from a total of 15 international universities and 10 industries, non-governmental and government organizations. Some of the key universities participated are from University of Arizona, Yale University, King's College London, Delft University of Technology, Tel Aviv University, Lawrence Berkeley National Lab, Indiana University, Purdue University, Indianapolis, and other such organizations such as Swiss Water and Technology Solutions, Ambi Technologies, and partner with Indian Water Partnership. The symposium drew more than 1,500 participants globally from 30 countries. The symposium unveiled different methodologies, techniques, solutions, and case studies on innovative technologies for water sustainability, water governance policies and procedures, effective participatory approaches to develop water-wise communities, and innovative strategies and research approaches related to water resource management, water sustainability, and water resilience across the world. I will now provide a short summary of each of the themes. Theme 1 dwells around the concept of clean water access and availability, requirements, solutions, and applications. This theme discussed on day 1 had 17 international keynote speakers. Their distinguished talks focused on key areas such as rivershed management, conversion of dry land as potential source for groundwater, water scarcity, land degradation, agricultural impacts, hydrological stress, and key challenges in ground level implementation were discussed. This theme proposes to adopt and implement integrated watershed management strategies to ensure clean and adequate quantity of water for all dependent biotas, including humans. They have also proposed to utilize participatory approaches for implementing technological interventions for ensuring the success. The case studies demonstrated it is highly necessary to involve multi-stakeholders from the start of the project and co-design solutions for ensuring successful implementations and for sustaining the implemented solution. Theme 2 and 3 surrounds the area of water treatment technologies, circular economy, sanitization, and public health. This theme held on day 2 has had 16 international speakers. The talks by eminent speakers in this area revolved around the use of technology to reuse wastewater, sanitation, and public health, an assessment of household water sources, challenges, and opportunities, along with the various aspects of using biotechnological techniques for wastewater and water quality treatments were also discussed. Various observation tools and products useful for assessing the quantity and quality of fresh water, various disinfection technologies, including solar energy, national scale implementation of sanitation practices, and community level toilet building initiatives were also discussed. The session has also highlighted the importance of empowering women through skill development and life skill education. On day 3, the theme 4 and 5 of the symposium showcased a total of 16 internationally renowned speakers and covered the theme of water resilience for climate adaptation, water governance, and smart water solutions, including AI, IoT, and citizen science. By leveraging the data available and implementing data mining technologies to analyze social norms, socioeconomic characteristics, we can arrive at the psychological factors that influence technology adoption. We also saw great insights coming in the form of smart water solutions for long-term environmental monitoring, particularly spatio-temporal patterns of contamination and its influence. Ideation in the lines of continuous real-time monitoring of natural disasters using IoT, mathematical models, AI was also much appreciated. 21 distinguished keynote speeches were presented under theme 6 and 7 on day 4. These sessions led us to dive deep into case studies on water sustainabilities, the technologies adopted, and realized opportunities. This session focused on water technology, water and sanitation, wastewater treatment, and reuse practices, frugal innovations, etc. The talks focused on involving children and families in positive education for sustainable water, improving access to energy and water through frugal innovations, aquifer storage and recovery as climate adaptation technology in the Netherlands and Bangladesh, application and research, local treatment of urban sewage for healthy reuse, the lessons from India-Dutch Lotus HR program, a case study of water quality, the wicked problems of urban streams in London, net zero campuses, and the paradigm of eco-hydraulics from sustainable water resources. This session has also put in dedicated effort to bring in an advisory panel to deliberate and discuss for proposing the key components necessary for designing an educational platform for water sustainability. It was acknowledged by the panel and many in the audience that the topic of water conservation is one critical importance to India and the world. Water is not only critical to life directly, but is linked to many SDG 2030 goals, and therefore can serve as a thrust area for all sustainable development. The need for a comprehensive educational platform was also acknowledged as a critical need and central to the effort of water conservation and sustainable management of water resources. Educating the public was seen as the key objective of such a platform, in addition to the needs of a multitude of stakeholders from young children to students and research scholars, as well as industry and government at all levels of public policy making. The platform, which would encompass the multiple disciplines of water security, aims to involve community members and champions to be the change makers in this regard. Another great way to approach this would be by looking at existing platforms, resources, and technologies, and by leveraging the same, build a better solution for the world. Amrita University was recognized as being eminently suitable for the development and hosting of this platform, as the university has an excellent interdisciplinary team, as well as a good track record of working at all levels of research down to the ground level, working in rural scenarios. The panel discussed possible ways to get this platform started and suggested that we start small, starting with India and at the Amrita, and then grow to the global scale and stature. IWSS2021 thus provided a platform for interaction and knowledge sharing between academia, industry, government, and non-government sectors to understand and address the existing water sustainability challenges in depth, study the impacts and gaps of complex water issues, and potentially develop a framework that will cater to the multi-dimensional challenges in water management and sustainability and support to achieve equitable and universal access to water. The symposium has broadened our horizon and opened doors to new avenues in the areas of water sustainability. This, coupled with the adoption of cutting-edge resources and technology, will make our journey towards a sustainable tomorrow a much fast-paced one. Thank you to one and all for joining the symposium. We hope that this will be an impetus for bringing in water sustainability on a local and global scale by touching the diverse and multifaceted sections of the society. Let's make sure that the inspiration that we have garnered from the symposium will be one for the future generations to cherish. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Dr. Manisha, for the summary of educational platform for water sustainability. Our next speaker is our Chief Guest of Honor, Shri Gajendra Singh Shekhawat, Honorable Minister of Jal Shakti, Government of India, to deliver the valedictory address.
Thank you very much. Sampujya Swami Amrit Swarupananda Puri ji, President, Amrita Vishwavidyapitham, Dr. Venkat Rangan, Vice Chancellor, Amrita Vishwavidyapitham, Dr. Bhavani Rao, UNESCO Chair in Women's Empowerment and Gender Equality and Professor of Amrita Vishwavidyapitham, Dr. Manisha V. Ramesh, UNESCO Chair on Experiential Learning for Sustainable Innovation and Development and Professor Amrita Vishwavidyapitham and the backbone of this symposium, Dr. Bipin Nair, Dean, School of Biotechnology, and our young talent, Shreya ji. Dear friends, I am privileged to be the part of this 4-day international symposium on water sustainability 2021. And I thank the organizers for inviting me to give the valedictory address. Before I begin, allow me to pay my respect from bottom of my heart to the spiritual leader and humanitarian Shri Mata Amritanandamayi Devi, Amma, who is renowned worldwide for her selfless love and compassion for all beings. Her entire life is dedicated to alleviating the pain of the needy and downtrodden. Amma inspires, uplifts, and transforms people from across the world through her loving, motherly embrace. Her spiritual wisdom and her volunteer organizations, the Mata Amritanandamayi Mutt. Amma has led special emphasis on research since the establishment of Amrita University. She has also called for developing expansionist thinking to capture both scientific knowledge and the spiritual knowledge. Because of this approach to research, Amrita University has been ranked #1 private university in India by the Government of India's National Institution Ranking Framework 2020, as well as by the Times Higher Educational Supplement. Dear friends, I'm happy to note that Amrita University has undertaken the Jivamritam Purified Drinking Water Projects, which was launched by the Honorable President of India, Shri Ramnath Kovindji, and Amrita University Chancellor, Shri Mata Amritanandamayi Devi Ammaji in October 2017. With a vision to support and empower the rural communities, this project provides clean and safe drinking water to 5,000 communities across the country. Rupees 100 crore has been given by Amma to the university for delivering this project. To eliminate open defecation and support the Swachh Bharat initiatives by our Prime Minister, Amma has also provided over 5,000 toilets in the state of Kerala alone. The organization has contributed rupees 100 crore for Namami Gange program too. I would like to congratulate the university, the staff members, Amma and the ashram for this wonderful endeavor in the field of water and sanitation. Friends, due to climate change and global warming, the water crisis is a major issue. The government of India, under the visionary leadership of Prime Minister Modi ji, is keen to ensure that sustainable solutions are in place to provide access to clean water to everyone. This 4-day international symposium on water sustainability, IWSS2021, focuses on the water, covering multiple themes like drinking water, wastewater management, and water governance for the future. The thoughts and ideas are very welcoming, and I congratulate the entire team for their efforts in organizing this event by bringing the industry, academia, and the government organization on the single platform to discuss and come up with innovative ideas and solutions. Water plays a vital role in the economic development of the country. It is important that water is managed optimally and efficiently, because water scarcity can have a negative impact. In the case of India, maybe the equivalent of almost 6% of GDP, while the per capita availability of water in the country in the year 2010 was 1545 cubic meters. It is estimated to be reduced by 1341 cubic meters by 2025 and 1140 cubic meters by 2050. It is clear from the review of the current situation that on one hand, we must manage the demand of water properly. On other hand, we will also have to find means to increase its supply. Friends, we all know that under the visionary leadership of Prime Minister Modi ji, the country is marching forward to improve the quality of life and enhance ease of living of people, especially those living in rural areas. The large goal is to bridge the gap between urban and rural areas in terms of basic amenities and ease of living. With this vision, in his first address on Independence Day, that is 15th August 2014, as a Prime Minister, announced the Swachh Bharat mission to make India an open defecation-free country by 2019. And the target was much before the target set by the United Nations in Sustainable Development Goal, that was 2030. It's a matter of great pride that on 150th birthday of Mahatma Gandhi ji, on 2nd October 2019, India declared itself open defecation free. In those 5 years, more than 11 crore toilets have been constructed in the country. This is one of the single most transformative program which changed the country forever. And it was considered as the world's largest behavioral change program. Similarly, from the ramparts of the Red Forts on 15th August 2019, Honorable Prime Minister announced Jal Jeevan Mission to provide tap water, connection to every rural household by 2024, so that our mothers and sisters need not bear the burden of fetching water from a distance. I'm happy to inform you that JJM aim to reach all rural households by 2024. It's a 6 years well ahead of the Sustainable Development Goal 6 decided by United Nations. Target and could become a model for other development countries to adopt such practices and achieve their SDG 6 targets. To make water everyone's business, Jal Shakti Abhiyan, an initiative for intensive water conservation campaign, was launched by my ministry in 2019 with targeted interventions that would water conservation and rainwater harvesting, renovation of traditional and other water bodies, reuse and recharge of bore wells, watershed development and intensive afforestation to improve water ability, including groundwater in water-stressed blocks of 256 districts of the country. With the participation of all stakeholders, Jal Shakti Abhiyan became a Jan Andolan. 3 days ago, on the occasion of World Water Day, Honorable Prime Minister have launched the second part of the water conservation campaign, Jal Shakti Abhiyan 2, with the tagline, catch the rain when it falls and where it falls. Together, we have to make this campaign a mass movement by covering all the districts and blocks across the country. By participating in this campaign, we will be able to channelize the water we get in the monsoon to the ground and help raise the water table, which is consistently going down. When the water table comes up, the dependence on groundwater will also decreases. The vision of Honorable Prime Minister is to involve more and more technology and research in public works. With his inspiration, the Jal Shakti Ministry for the first time is going for higher resolution aquifer mapping of about 4 lakh square kilometers of northwestern India. In the first phase of this project, 1 lakh square kilometer of Rajasthan, Gujarat and Haryana will be studied through heliborne technology. From this survey, we will have an accurate data about the aquifers and strata under the ground and details about topography soil. That appropriate measures can be initiated for groundwater recharge. The people of that area will be made aware of the factual position and importance of their participation needed for water conservation and requirement for demand side management. Friends, technology is also being leveraged to minimize leakages and improve functionality under the Jal Jeevan mission. A smart water supply measurement and monitoring system is being developed, and pilot testing for sensor-based IoT solutions is underway to help in real-time measurement and monitoring of water supply. For grievance readdressal, online and toll-free numbers-based helplines are being set up. Till a sensor-based IoT solution is put in place, every year a functionality assessment is carried out in 7,000 villages spread in 700 districts of the country. Sample households are being surveyed to assess the regular supply of potable water in adequate quantity of prescribed quality to the rural homes. I am happy to inform you that Jal Shakti Ministry has also recently released the drinking water quality testing, monitoring and surveillance framework. Under this framework, citizens can now get the water quality in their own taps tested. With the state governments, we are working on creating a chain of NABL accredited water testing laboratories in every district and further at every block. Using an information management system, water quality management information system modeled on the COVID-19 testing framework, the requests made for the testing of water and reports generated for the samples tested of the public will be kept in the repository as a nationwide database of water quality. So any person sitting in any part of the country will be able to check the quality of drinking water anywhere. Attempt is also being made to develop smart portable water testing devices at affordable prices so that water can be tested at the villages. We have trained more than 4.5 lakh women during pandemic period and providing them field testing kit to test the quality of water supplied in their villages for drinking. talking of opportunities, the scope of water sector in India is expanding rapidly. I would like to talk about the immense opportunities in various related sectors with special focus on development of infrastructure for water supply and management of contaminated water in India. The Indian water sector is estimated to become a $30 billion industry by the year 2030. It has vast investment potential in areas such as public-private partnerships for equipment supply, water supply and distribution, water treatment plants and water EPC businesses, and integrated water resource management and supportive technologies for utilities. Friends, I want to end my address by reiterating that our government is committed to water conservation and management to ensure that the trend of water scarcity is reversed and safe, potable water is available for generations to come. Also, just as Amrita University is working in the field of water and sanitation, I also appeal to other social and religious organizations in the country to contribute towards the water sector. I also take this opportunity to thank Amma once again for all support we have extended during Swachh Bharat Mission and Namami Gange projects and my ministry, Jal Shakti. On behalf of the Jal Shakti Ministry and Government of India, I'll be grateful for any contribution if Amma makes in Jal Jeevan Kosh also for reaching our goal of providing tapped water connections under JJM to over 19 crore rural households by 2024. With these words, I once again thank the organizers for providing me an opportunity to listen this very important conference, symposium, and be a part of this symposium. Thank you very much. I would request the organizers to send a detailed report generated out of this symposium for our references also, so that we can work together for better India, for better future of India. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for the inspiring and insightful valedictory address. We welcome our next speaker, Sampujya Swami Amrita Swarupananda Puri, to deliver the presidential address.
Om Premamridanandamayyai Nityam Namo Namaha. Om Premamridanandamayyai Nityam Namo Namaha. Om Premamridanandamayyai Nityam Namo Namaha. Om Amriteshwariyai Namaha. I humbly bow down at Amma's Sri Mata Amritanandamayi Devi's lotus feet, the Chancellor of Amrita Vishwavidyapitham, and the whole and soul of our organization. My namaskarams, loving greetings to Honorable Union Minister Sri Gajendra Singh Shekhawat and to all the dignitaries and participants of the symposium from various parts of the world. There is a growing awareness about the changing conditions of the world, in particular the scarcity, poor access, contamination, and droughts that impede the availability of water. How can we ignore that in rural India, 155 million people do not have access to drinking water, and 1.5 million children die each year due to poor quality drinking water? You must have heard the poem written by Samuel Taylor Coleridge, the 17th century English poet. Water, water everywhere, and all the boats did shrink. Water, water everywhere, nor any drop to drink. There is another saying attributed to Mark Twain. I quote, "Whiskey is for drinking, water is for fighting." Yes, the scarcity of water has become such a huge crisis that countries and people all over the world are fighting for it. Sharing river water is a major cause of unrest between countries, between two states within a country, between two sections of people within a community, and between neighbors. The strife is mostly due to ego and possessiveness. The river is full and it has always been flowing, but we humans don't want to share. Conversely, our selfishness tempts us to possess the river, one of Mother Earth's natural resources. Our ego with the attitude, it is my life, I can live it whichever way I wish, is the problem. We protest against the wholeness principle and want to separate. When the tree, consider the tree as a totality. When the tree wills something, we, the leaves, are opposing it and think that we can achieve something different. Whereas the leaves are part of the tree is part of a bigger phenomenon known as the earth. The earth is part of another bigger phenomenon. Likewise, the wind, the oceans, the solar system are all parts of a bigger phenomenon. They're all part and parcel of a whole. We can only share when we realize this wholeness, the oneness principle. There is a Hindu spiritual text by the name Srimad Bhagavatam. In one of the chapters named Bhumi Gita, Bhumi means earth and Gita means speech or sermon. So basically it is a speech given by Mother Earth about the stupidity of humankind, about the kings, the rulers bent on conquering her. Seeing the kings on this earth or the rulers on this earth busy trying to conquer her, the earth herself laughs. She says, just see how these kings who are actually playthings in the hands of death think that they will gradually conquer the entire earth. Their ego prevents them to see death waiting nearby. Mother Earth continues. Although in the past great men and their descendants have left me, departing from this world in the same helpless way they came into it, even today, foolish men are trying to conquer me. For the sake of conquering me, people fight one another. Fathers oppose their sons, and brothers fight one another because their hearts are bound to possessing power, political power. Hence, they challenge one another. All this land is mine. It's not yours, you fool. Thus, they attack one another and die. Amma says we are only visitors in this world. We are here for some time. While we live here, we claim many things as ours, including trees, plants, a small piece of land, and even natural resources. Our visit to this world will soon be over and someone else will come take our place. So stop claiming ownership of natural resources and learn to share, because everything belongs to the universe. Sharing is the very principle of existence. And once that is observed, once that is not observed, nature will turn against humans. In today's world, the human psyche is conditioned to believe that we need to drink 2 to 3 liters of water every day. Who knows where this concept came from? Everywhere you see people walking around with several bottles of water. When a family goes out for a picnic, the trunk of at least one car will be reserved to stock water bottles. So much so, drinking water companies are proliferating in the world. Most shops display multiple drinking water brands on their shelves. Each bottler claims that theirs is the purest water. Bottled at the source is a common label we see on almost all water bottles. Is the so-called spring water we buy from shops for almost the same price of 1 liter of gasoline really bottled at the source? As a college student, as a young boy, I still remember the availability of as much water as I wanted from any public tap, and it was free. Water was free even in shops. Of course, in those days, our rivers were clean. Hence, even public tap water was clean and had no chemicals. I'm reminded of a simple story from the early days of our ashram, our NGO. Even back then, Amma was warning about the impending shortage of water. There was a tap that was dripping maybe 1 drop every 10-15 seconds. And no one thought much about it, as it was just a drop here and there. One morning, Amma put a bucket under the tap. And by evening, The bucket was almost half full. Thus, Amma demonstrated how we could recapture half a bucket of water a day just by saving those drops. Amma said, even a drop is precious, a drop of water is precious, and never forget those who die of thirst. And when everyone had to start wearing masks during the pandemic, Amma, during a bhajan session, one of the evening bhajan sessions, explained how to wash a mask, minimizing the use of water. She said to take a small pitcher. She even brought 2 small pitchers on the stage, and she put the mask in the water, spin the mask in the soapy water, and one was a small pitcher with the soapy water, and the other was a small pitcher with the fresh water. So Amma put the mask in the soapy water, spin the mask, and then put the mask in a small pitcher of clean water. She said, the amount of water used will be much less than if one uses a running tap to access water. So this is such an inspiring example, and no one who watches this will have the right attitude. They will not waste water. They will think of the poor, the thirsty. I mean, the countries where people are dying of thirst. So in this context, I would also like to say that the ashram residents have become so cognizant of water-saving concepts. We are able to share water with the nearby villagers from our borewell on an everyday basis. There is much discussion and research about the shortage of water, but now action must be taken. We must move from thinking to fully understanding the problem and looking at options to solve it. I have heard it said that when we make that leap of faith and shift into action, intelligence, creativity, and courage show up. The ocean waters are deep, but it is an ocean of possibility. Leveraging the dominant theme of our university's vision and priorities, the solution to the water shortage focuses on compassion-driven research with a strong societal impact. Amrita University has done so much to increase the distribution systems of water and to promote sanitation. There is much to be learned by studying their vision and techniques, but it is a proverbial drop in the bucket for the worldwide shortage of water. Citizens across the globe must learn how to protect nature in order to protect our water supply. Amma says that if there is a one-word solution for most of the problems in the world, it is compassion. Spirituality teaches us to see each other's suffering and happiness as our own. Amma has suggested in her talk at the United Nations that youth from around the world should visit poor, rural villages to awaken compassion. When they see the villagers, when they live with them, when they eat the same food, when they sleep in the same bare floor with no facilities in their small huts or in the open space, they will understand. They will understand the pain of life, the grief, the tapas. So Amma feels strongly that once love and compassion is awakened, youth will earnestly want to play a major role in understanding the challenges the poor face and want to help in providing solutions. And so Amrita University hosts students from around the world in the Live-in Labs program. So these students can study the water shortage rural Indian villages face. Compassion follows naturally. Amma says in today's world, there is a big scarcity of love. She continues, in my opinion, both men and women should develop feminine qualities or motherly qualities. The awakened love and compassion felt not only towards one's own children, but towards all people, animals and plants, rocks and rivers, a love extended to all of nature, to all beings. Just as we take care of our own house, family and children, we should care for the world, the bigger home where our families live. Expand your heart and give space for others also. And that's what spirituality teaches, to know oneself and grow out of one's limitations. Let me conclude with a quote from the Hindu scripture. I quote, "Look to this day, for it is life, the very breath of life. In its brief course lie all the realities of your existence, the bliss of growth, the glory of action, the splendor of beauty. For yesterday is only a dream, and tomorrow is but a vision. But today, well lived, makes every yesterday a dream of happiness, and every tomorrow a vision of hope. Look well, therefore, to this day." I conclude. May the takeaways of this conference inspire those who come into contact with all the dignitaries and participants, and may we have a better world where everyone has enough to eat and enough water to drink. Thank you so much. Om Amradeshwariyai Namaha.
Thank you, Swamiji, for the thought-provoking and motivating presidential address. We now have the felicitation of winner of the H2O contest. Last September, UNESCO New Delhi launched an initiative, H2O, Water-Wise Program for School Children of India, in partnership with the United Schools Organization and Toons Media Group to encourage school children between the age group of 16 to 14 years to submit story ideas and cartoons on the rising water crisis in India. Shreya K, Class 5 student of Amrita Vidyalayam Talisheri, is among the top 3 students in the country whose storyboards were selected for production as animated campaign videos on conservation of water and its sustainable use as part of the H2O Water-Wise program for school students. We will now play the animation that she had prepared and presented to UNESCO. Go.
There were 2 brothers, Shyam and Ram. Both were very ambitious. But by then became a factory owner, and the second brother Ram became a farmer. The factory owner was always drinking pure water from filters and was always eating junk food, whereas the farmer used to drink fresh water from the river and eat pure food from nature. Both gave birth to 2 children. Shyam's children made his father's factory bigger and better. But by this, the factory waste and toxic was increased and started polluting the water. Ram's children made his father's field bigger and modernized. By this, the crop's quality and quantity increased. After some days, Shyam's family members started having repeated diseases like cholera, typhoid, and skin diseases. They were very sad. They came to know that this is because of the water pollution created by the waste of their own factory. Ram's family members were very healthy. They were very happy, and their kids were developing the farm day by day. They were learning different techniques to protect Mother Nature. At last, the farmer and his friends came to know about the state of his brother. They went to their brother's place and cleaned everything by their ideas. Shyam thanked his brother Ram. Shyam promised that he would not let the factory's water to the river and recycle the water to use for different purposes after purification.
Let us all congratulate Shreya K for developing the storyboard that could generate awareness in public to achieve water sustainability. Let me now call upon Ms. Shreya to say a few words.
Om Namah Shivaya. Good evening all. My humble pranams at the lotus feet of Amma. Esteemed Chief Guest for the program, the Honorable Union Minister of Jal Shakti, Shri Gajendra Singh Shekhawat Sir, the Honorable President of Amrita Vishwa Vidyapeetham, Sampujya Swamiji, Amrita Swarupananda Puriji, and all other dignitaries of the program. It is a great privilege and honor for me to stand before you. I am Shreya of grade 5 from Amrita Vidyalayam, Talasheri. First of all, I would like to thank IWSS for giving me this wonderful opportunity, and I am extremely happy and grateful for inviting me for this. My story was awarded third national level water-wise program conducted and USO India. I was given 3 options for my storyboard: sustainable water, cycle, and water pollution. And I selected water pollution as my topic because during my last vacation, an incident happened where my friends in my village were drinking the tap water directly. I drink filter water. When I asked about this to my parents, they told me many things about water pollution. And also, my school conducts many activities and research work related with conservation of nature, which motivates me always. Both of these gave me motivation to build up the story. The story is about 2 ambitious brothers. First brother polluted the water and protected the nature. At last, the latter went to the farmer and stopped the pollution with ancient methods he learned from farming. This award and situations have motivated me more to seriously work on conservation of water. As I was thinking on this story, I read on water pollution a lot, which brought a nightmare in my life. Of water continues in a manner, then water may be like a dream. As it is said, prevention is better than cure. I would like to educate people around me regarding water pollution and its purification at grassroots level. On this occasion, let me offer my heartfelt prayers at the lotus feet of Amma. Amma, please bless me. I would also take this platform to thank all our teachers, ATL in charge, USO, UNESCO, Toons Media, my parents for supporting and guiding me. And finally, a special thanks to our beloved principal to initiate such a program in our school and supporting us in every step. Once again, thanking the program coordinators for inviting me to this platform. Thank you.
Thank you, Shreya. IWSS 2021, organized by Amrita's UNESCO Chair on Experiential Learning for Sustainable Innovation and Development, Amrita School for Sustainable Development, and India Water Partnership would now like to show a token of appreciation in this occasion. Our next speaker is Dr. Bipin Nair, Dean, School of Biotechnology, Amrita Vishwavidyapeetham. We welcome you, sir, to deliver the vote of thanks.
Om Amriteshwari Namaha. Respected Honorable Union Minister for Jal Shakti, Shri Gajendra Singh Shekhawat. Respected Swamiji, Swami Amrita Swarupananda Puri, and all participants at this symposium. What a wonderful symposium this has been. With over 1,500 participants, 60 distinguished speakers from 6 countries, and representing 33 different institutions, including UNESCO, national and state governments, international universities, premier educational institutions, as well as renowned industries. This has indeed been a spectacular event that provided the perfect platform for knowledge sharing and interaction between academia, industry, and government sectors on a global footing. Over the past 4 days, there has been tremendous focus on understanding and addressing existing water sustainability challenges and the impact as well as the gaps in complex issues around water. thereby providing the framework to evaluate multidimensional challenges
Vipin, you're muted.
Sorry. Shri Gajendra Singh Shekhawat for gracing this occasion with his dignified presence. A heartfelt thank you to you, sir. As suggested by you, we will certainly submit a detailed report on the symposium for your perusal and guidance for our ongoing efforts. Swamiji, Swami Amrita Swarupanandapuri, we are always grateful for your support and guidance in all our efforts to achieve our important goals and targets. Thank you very much. Pranam, Swamiji. Special thanks are also due to Dr. Veena Khanduri, head of the India Water Partnership. As Executive Secretary and Country Coordinator of IWP, we are very thankful to you for your help and support. In spite of being in an online mode with somewhat odd timings for a conference or a symposium to make it convenient for all the participants in Europe and other parts of the world, I'm sure all of us have been able to come away from all the sessions with so much inspiration, ideas, determination, and joy of having been able to pull off this event with such perfection and astute alacrity, that it gave us all a hope that here at Amrita, a new level of confidence, a renewed sense of purpose, an enhanced degree of urgency, an elevated intensity to interact and utilize the resources, the knowledge base, the wealth of experience, and the readiness of everyone involved to deal with this most important resource, water. Thanks to all the senior members of Amrita University, Vice Chancellor Dr. Venkatrangan, Dr. Bhavani Rao, the UNESCO Chair in Women's Empowerment and Gender Equality, Dr. Manisha Ramesh, UNESCO Chair on Experiential Learning for Sustainable Innovation and Development. Hearty congratulations to young Shreya Kulkarni from Amrita Vidyalayam Talasheri on having won the UNESCO initiative on making school children water wise. Special congratulations and thanks to faculty and students of the Amrita School of Sustainability and Development who have worked very hard to put this whole event together. Thanks also to the staff at the Amrita Center for International Programs, ACIP, for their diligent execution of the innumerable tasks to manage an event of this magnitude in an online mode. It has certainly been a splendid effort on the part of the ICTS and facilities team to have helped with all the intricate technical details. Thanks for everything. May God bless everyone. Om Namah Shivaya.
Thank you, Dr. Vipin Nair. Now let us raise for the national anthem.
Just before that, Pooja, I think Dr. Vipin, I think we have missed one part where you were talking about our honorable minister. Would you be able to once more say that? I think the participants may have missed that because it got muted at that point.
Oh, surely. I'm sorry. I'm not sure why that happened, but what I wanted to share is that we are indeed extremely thankful to the Honorable Union Minister of Jal Shakti, Government of India, Shri Gajendra Singh Shekhawat, for gracing this occasion with his dignified presence. A heartfelt thank you to you, sir. As suggested by you, we will certainly submit a detailed report on the symposium for your perusal and guidance for our ongoing efforts.
Thank you, sir. Let us all now rise for the national anthem.
जन गण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता। पंजाब सिंधु गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल गंगा। विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्छल जलधि तरंगा। तब शुभ नामे जागे तब शुभ आशीष मांगे। गाहे तब जय गाथा जन गण मंगल दायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता। जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे।
Thank you once again to all dignitaries and participants. Here we come to an end of the International Symposium for Water Sustainability, Challenges, Technologies and Opportunities, IWSS 2021.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for joining.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, one and all.
Thank you, sir, and thank you, ma'am. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Molu. We all enjoyed it.
Thank you.